My mother called me after she died. I want to be careful about how I tell this because I know how it sounds. I'm not a person who experiences things that can't be explained. I'm an accountant. I do taxes. I believe in what I can document. My mother passed away in February. Stroke, sudden, she was 61. I got the call from my brother at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday, and by the time I got to the hospital, there was nothing left to do but stand in a corridor and be told things I already knew. She was gone before the ambulance arrived. My brother had found her in the morning. She had been alone overnight. I am telling you this so you understand the timeline. At 11:47 p.m. the night before, my brother called me, which means several hours after the doctors later estimated she had died. My phone rang. I was asleep. I didn't hear it. My phone logged the missed call. I found it the next day, after everything, when I was sitting in my car in the hospital parking lot not ready to drive. I was going through my phone the way you do when you need somewhere to put your hands. Missed call. 11:47 p.m. from my mother's mobile number. I called it back immediately without thinking. It rang 4 times and went to her voicemail. Her voice on the recording. The cheerful message she'd had for years, always slightly too loud because she never trusted that the phone could hear her properly. I hung up. I called my brother. He confirmed he had her phone. He had found it on the kitchen counter when he arrived at the house in the morning. It had been there all night. He hadn't touched it. He showed me the call log when I arrived at the house that afternoon. Her phone showed no outgoing call at 11:47 p.m. My phone showed an incoming call from her number at 11:47 p.m. Those 2 facts cannot both be true. I understand that. I have spent 4 months trying to find the explanation and I have not found it. Carrier error, maybe. Numbers can ghost through networks in strange ways. Misdirected signals logged to wrong IDs. That's the most technical explanation I have. It satisfies me about 40% of the time. The other 60% I think about the voicemail. I didn't listen to it that first day. I called back and got the standard outgoing message, and I didn't think to check if she'd left a voicemail because I was in a parking lot in shock. I thought about it that evening, and by then I was home and it felt too large a thing to do alone. I waited 3 days. I sat at my kitchen table on a Friday evening and I called my voicemail. There was a message. Timestamp 11:47 p.m., duration 4 seconds. 4 seconds of silence. Not dead silence, the kind of silence that has texture. Background ambient sound, faint, like the recording was made in a room with a window open. The sound of a house at night. Then the call ends. I've listened to it 40, 50 times. I've run it through audio software looking for anything beneath the ambient sound. There's nothing there. 4 seconds of a quiet room and then nothing. I haven't deleted it. I don't think I can. It's the last thing logged from her number, and even if it's a carrier error, even if it's nothing, it's 4 seconds of a room she might have been in, and I'm not ready to let that go. But I'll tell you what I think about when the explanation stops working, when the carrier error theory runs out and I'm left with just the facts. I think about what you would say if you had 4 seconds. If something gave you 4 seconds and you knew it was all you had, and the person you were calling was asleep and wouldn't pick up, and you couldn't leave words, just sound. Maybe you'd leave the sound of somewhere you were, somewhere you wanted them to know about, something to say. I'm here, I'm somewhere, it's quiet. Maybe 4 seconds of a room at night is enough. Maybe that's all it was.